TLO, what's pop? We are on kick.com. We are not live, but you can leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notification bells. Let's continue to grow the family from Chicago to the UK. Right above me, this is the channel where you can go and you can check if you missed a live. This is where any updates, what am I talking about? This is where any highlights from the live will be and things of that nature. Don't forget, we do got a Patreon. We post 5 days a week. This is pretty much what a 5-day lineup look like currently. We got Afterlife, Fresh Meat, Only Fools, Line of Duty, Sherlock. This was the final episode last Friday, so Top Boy is going to be taking that spot. And, yeah, man. Don't forget, we also got merch. Salute. This is brand new. I don't know nothing about this. You know I gotta have at least, you know what I'm saying, 2 lockup like drama comedy things on the channel. At least one. I mean, Hotel Custody is done. So this is the replacement, man. This is the Lockup UK season 1 episode 1. Let's get into it, man.
Welcome to Hull, the gritty industrial city on England's northeast coast. 250,000 people, all living in perfect harmony. It's 250,000 people.
Is he walking on the street with a bowl and a spoon? Like a house? Okay.
All living in perfect harmony. Except that is for the 13,000 arrests that every year make life a bit more interesting for Humberside police. Caught you out of gear! For many, the custody suite on Priory Road is a...
This got to be like 90s, early 2000s.
Second home. Most are in their teens and 20s, nicked for everything from being drunk and out of control to murder. They're usually moved on after 24 hours, but we've been here for a year.
1 year here? That's 365 possible days of footage you can get. You can get seasons and seasons done.
Nicholas, get off!
Pulling a sickie was Carl Cowup's only get out of jail card.
Not wrong! I saw him beer, sweetheart, I saw him beer.
His antics are no surprise to Sergeant Jane Biglin.
Oh God, I've known Carl Cowatt since he's been 9 years old, and he used to be an absolute scallywag. And unfortunately, he's grown into a great, big, dangerous scallywag now.
Yeah.
Is me clothes, please?
He went from a little scallywag to a big scallywag.
Please.
To be honest,
Well, how is his socks ashy? My bad.
that is what makes you laugh in here, because they do all this, and then as soon as they get a little bit of what they want, i.e. going to hospital, they're then saying, well, if the custody side could consider bailing from hospital, that would be great. So they do try and play us, but I think on the whole we have the upper hand of them, don't we?
I've done not wrong! I saw him beer, sweetheart, I saw him beer.
Are you ready for it to come through? Or? Sorry, no, that's fine. No, if we can just another 10 minutes while I just finish this off.
Custody suites are never quiet.
This is not the police, people! Just calm down.
Officers have brought in a suspected drink driver.
Drunk drivers be the best. They be the best for these type shows, man. They never let up until they sober up.
Why are you trying to be all alright with me? I'm breaking my arm now.
First of all, I need to speak to you.
Yeah, that's alright, love. But why is he bending my arm round me? You can't see it behind
When
the
he got
desk.
the vehicle, he was staggering all over the road, so I contacted we got a breath test, which he provided a positive sample.
So why is he twisting my arm then?
He's twisting your arm.
You want to give me your first name?
Yeah.
I'm not involved. I'm not involved in all this.
It's a sticky moment for detention officer Chris Glue, who's having to use all his charms to calm him down.
What I do is I always give people respect who'll give me respect.
Yeah, because...
Okay. What's your name, mate?
Because you do your job correctly.
What's
James
that?
Gilby.
James Gilby.
Yeah.
Right, James.
This is the police. This is at face value. They get you in the car. They give you a cup of needs. No, look.
Nevertheless, it's a battle of wills. The
Oh, is this a firearms officer? He got a little blick on him.
officers have to carry out a definitive breath test from James before his alcohol levels drop.
Stop chatting shit.
I'm not arguing with any more Pathetic, shut up.
Failure to provide a breath sample could land him a minimum 12-month driving ban.
Now,
That's what happens here. If you don't do the breathalyzer or road test, you just get a year ban. Sometimes it's better that way. You know what I'm saying?
please, you'll get one more opportunity, otherwise you'll go straight in your cell and you'll be charged with refusing to provide on the breathalyzer machine. Okay?
Take handcuffs off,
I feel like it's cheaper that way.
put me in a cell and get your hands off me. They're treating me like I'm telling you, you're
It's being given every opportunity to go through the breath test procedure. I'm going to authorise a strip search due to demeanour, and then you'll remain in there until you are more compliant with us.
At least I'll get to see a proper dick on them, won't they?
Hey, he is wildin'.
You know, look at this. Oh, twist my arm with it.
They need to know in known certain terms that these are the rules in here, and you will adhere to those rules.
I'm shocked that they got guns. Like, was this before? I don't know what's going on.
Don't manipulate us, we tell them what we want.
Right, mate, put them back on.
When I do get angry, then I don't take any prisoners at all. I just tell people what I think, how it should be, and they have to conform.
I'm surprised you haven't taken 3 lads in here. Smashing me up.
Chris did a sterling
It's never gonna lighten up when they're drunk. You might as well wrap it up.
job there. You know, he tried to engage with him to get to him to focus on him, but then he started to escalate again. Yeah, we call Chris Super Glue. His surname is Glue, and basically because he can do everything. He holds everything together. I've only just thought that. How thick am I?
But Jane's smart enough to spot a faker when she sees one.
I was playing
So she didn't. Okay, all right, Jane.
earlier. What lads are
I
I
know,
was playing
I know. On a serious note, Carl, no violence in the suite.
Nah, we're no violence in the suite, trust me.
You know, the officer's got his taser with him, and we wouldn't like to deploy that.
Taser. Come on. Come on, then. Just a big fella, you know.
Yeah, he's always a concern because he's
Where's bro pants at?
volatile and he is violent, but he's been fine at the moment.
2/3 of all juvenile offenders eventually grow out of a life of crime. Carl wasn't one of them.
What's this gentleman being arrested for?
Breach of ASBO and Section 4 public order. Circumstances, the female
old
came
is he?
home, was met by her ex. Police have arrived. At this point, he's then shouted up and making threats, swearing his head off in the street in front of all the public, and has also breached his ASBO because of this.
So he's just heartbroken.
Was any incapacitating spray used at all?
They've been gas tasered, electrocuted.
Not today.
A lot.
In the past.
I haven't met you for a long time, but I do know of you from years ago. All right. And I'm worried that you might have some drugs on you that you might take in the cell.
I've got no drugs, lovely.
So I'm going to authorise a strip search.
Yeah, I know. All right.
Okay.
You're pulling some from me.
No.
It's the second time somebody hinted the tallywhacker to her.
It's going to be a male officer that does that.
Oh, that's...
I'm old enough to be your mum.
You stick your
don't
name
look
on
that
there
old.
for us.
He is a massive handful, so we really have to keep our eye on him. I'd like to say he's a likeable rogue, but that would be lying.
I'm not gonna lie, he looked like the bad guy in a Batman movie or something.
He's not a likeable rogue.
A sergeant of 5 years, Jane Biglin has learned to take custody life in her stride.
I've got a good sense of humour, and I try not to take the pressures of the job home with me. Because if I did that, I'd never go out the house, I don't think. So he's laid on his back, but the blanket's going up and down, so I know he's breathing or doing something.
The lockup's hardly a home from home, even for the custody
You in there whacking that tally, huh?
staff.
This is one of our cells. As you can see, it's got a lovely ensuite.
Is it quite comfortable here?
Well, shall we have a look? First time I've ever been on one of them.
The toilet was huge, just in case they get somebody heavy in there or what?
If I had to spend hours in here, I think it'd drive me insane. But again, you know, it's a room, and it's better for some people in here than it is out there.
Literally, there's no point to this. They might as well just take this window out and just make it 4 walls.
This is where the prisoners go to get exercise. We've got cameras, we can see them at all times, and, you know, it's just a place where they can get a bit of air. It looks like somebody's actually vomited down there in my lovely garden.
Cottage cheese.
It's hotting up in custody. One of the prisoners is starting to kick off. A known prostitute accused of theft, she's not happy.
Was having a consultation with her solicitor, and then she just stormed out of the consultation.
I'm not gonna lie, once you're in there, you might as well just cool out, let the time flow until you free. Throwing a fit, you just gonna frustrate yourself, give yourself a headache, make the guards not want to do nothing for you, like give you like soup noodle or whatever. I mean, cup noodle or whatever.
Chill out. Tea around the cell and her food, so we'll just let her settle down a little bit and see how she goes from there, but I don't think she'll come out tonight.
You pussy. The police were a set of fannies.
After a strip search and a cheese butty, Carl's still revelling over his Oscar-winning performance.
I was playing dead. Tried it, but I didn't work. Oh, I can see you blinking. Alright, Carl, you alright? Yeah,
He got a bump on his lip? Or is that his lip, or his lip is the same color as everything else? That how mine is? Everything is one shade here. I ain't never seen a lip the same color as your skin. It's different. He got a skin lip.
I tried. You know what I mean? I tried like, yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work.
But the nurses still want to keep a close eye on him.
All right, my job here is to look after you, Carl, all right?
So I've spoken to the custody nurse, and she said, you know, he appears intoxicated. I think his suggestion is he's had some heroin. His observations
Surprise, surprise.
are that if he goes to sleep, we might not be able to rouse him.
So there'll be an officer on cell watch until they're happy Carl's okay.
I'd rather do 3 weeks in Edinburgh jail than a day in here.
Bro was eating good. He didn't have cheese buddy, Walker chips, Kit Kat, tea. Like, what else?
He just drags in there, just drags. You're a fat
Yes. But I'm not in a cell.
Maybe not, maybe not.
Got you there.
At least the furious tea flinger has calmed down.
How are you
Guarantee she about to ask for some more tea.
feeling?
Told you. Can I have a tea, please? You just threw yours. Now you want a new one.
Yeah, you're not going to throw it, are you?
The lady of the night wants another cuppa, this time to drink.
I'll come and get that rubbish in a minute. Give me time to... All right. All right. She'll fit it up.
She done sobered up.
Pick it up, darling. That's very nice.
Things like that make you laugh. She had 5 minutes to think about it, and then is apologising now, and she's cleaning up the tea and the food that she's throwing all over, and then just said, I'm sorry about that. So that does... You've got to laugh about things like that.
I'm telling you, man, just make it easy from the jump. I know you be angry, but like, that ain't helping. Now you got 2 cups of tea.
Did say she's...
You probably gonna get out the bed when you fall asleep and step on this cup. Like, now it's 2 spills that's gonna need to be cleaned
Quite
up.
happy to be here for days so she can sleep, so...
You see, that is the sad thing, isn't it? She's a lady of the night. She's heavily into Class A drugs. She's got...
She's a lady of the night. Was that a thought? She a H-O-E. She a bicycle, neighborhood bicycle? What going on?
Lifestyle where she's probably subjected to violence every day. So coming here is a period of calm and serenity to a certain degree.
I'm used to that.
Checking in at the Priory is Scott.
Has my mum rang?
There's nobody rang for you at the moment. They might do.
Not surprised anyway.
Another regular, he's been arrested for possession of a knife.
Doesn't think you're going to be interviewed until quite later on. So we'll get you something to eat and a cup of tea and get you in your cell and then just get your head down for a few hours, love, all right?
But what Scott really wants isn't on the menu.
And I ain't even a methadone yet. I'm allowed to take it out and take it on the street myself.
We can't let you just administer your own drugs in here, can we?
Well, you administer it. It's disgusting, that, 'cause I ain't even done that wrong.
You're joking.
That's not what the police think. The list of offences is growing by the minute.
He has further property on him which does not belong to him. The lady's purse with numerous coins and also what looks like either a knife or some sort of a utility tool. We have a gentleman's wallet in a different name. He's either been on a fishing trip or burgling or he's got some explaining to do.
They've decided to rearrest him for a third offence
You don't have to say anything, but it may have been
of burglary.
Really, you're guilty until proven innocent. Ridiculous.
I've always said that. You really are guilty until proven innocent.
A quarter
That's
of...
always how it feels. Like, even if I could be locked up and I'm innocent, but like, the burden of proving my innocence is on me. And you don't got to prove that I'm guilty for me to be locked up already. Like, I'm in a holding cell until my court date. Innocent as can be.
of all thefts in Hull are drug-related.
Just can't afford bail or something.
It could be a while before Scott's next fix.
When you're on drugs, and you've got bad drug problems, trying to get money from here, there and everywhere, that's all your life revolves around, getting drugs. I mean, you lose respect of your friends and your family, you don't realise how you're upsetting, you've got no routine, you lose self-respect. 15 I started on it, you know, where's the life? You know, you just... existing.
My bad. I said he's 15 when he started. I said he started when his brain wasn't even fully developed yet. That's tough. Then I seen him crying and I said that's even tougher.
The noisy prostitute has some words of wisdom for Scott.
You won't get no methadone in here, darling.
They're just having a domestic at the moment. Basically, he's coming off heroin. As she said, rattle, he's feeling poorly. She's actually telling him to be grown up and go to sleep and just do your time and be grown up about it, so it's quite funny.
Because you won't get sweet FA sort of thing.
So she
got some nerves. She came in there throwing tea, making her fit. Now that she calm, she want everybody to be calm.
helping with the detention of the prisoners by telling them what to do.
Do you rattle?
Well said.
What type of romance is that?
But the shouting has woken up Gobby prisoner James Gilby.
The police are a set of fannies.
Now he's found a different way to gob off.
As you can see, he's now spitting through his hatch. At some point he will run out of fluids from whatever orifice they come from.
Shut up, you Roman.
The detainees come in and they start protesting about being in the cells, so they throw feces up at the camera. It makes you feel dirty. You just need to go home and get in the shower and really scrub yourself clean.
It's enough to turn you obsessive-compulsive.
I like my desk to be tidy. I'm a bit anal about that, and you'll often see me cleaning everything up. And I don't like the germs either. Right, you hold the chair, you're not going on the chair.
But she's not frightened to roll up her sleeves when the going gets mucky. One prisoner has just been released, but he's left behind a calling card.
One of the detainees has spat or ejaculated on the camera.
You better not be too close to it.
So I'm now removing the whatever it is.
How can you tell what it is?
By the viscousness. That's how it always dries the same, unfortunately. So it could be a number of bodily fluids. I thought a male would be able to tell us expert.
Check, Mako, is the camera clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
Camera clear.
Is it crystal clear?
It's free.
It's not a very nice job, but I don't expect my staff to do anything that I wouldn't do.
Scott's cold turkey is definitely getting the better of him.
I feel freezing, I feel sick. I mean, here of all places, and I haven't done no wrong.
17 years of addiction can feel like hell after just a couple of hours withdrawal.
What gets fun tonight? I won't be here in the morning. I can't handle it over I can.
But complaining to his solicitor won't help.
I mean, we treat them with respect and dignity, and they're fed and they're watered, but at the end of the day, it's obviously not a nice place for them to be when they're dependent on drugs.
There's only one place to turn.
He's just gone in to see the doctor now.
Right, that's good, because obviously he's got his methadone issues that we need to sort out.
Bottles of methadone.
I know.
While Scott pleads for mercy, Detective Matt Collier is looking into the burglary allegations.
Some of the property that was recovered from him has been formally identified. Chiefly the watch by his uncle.
I don't know how long I was on mute. I hope I wasn't on mute. When they was cleaning up the semen specimen off his camera, I said, how did he even get it up there? He shot that out vigorously and with a velocity that it was unmatched. And then I said it sucks being a nitty when he was on the phone with his solicitor doing the whatever.
As have the obviously the vehicle keys that were recovered. Initially in his first interview he said that the keys he thought were his uncle and he's found them, but he also said that the watch...
I'm not even going to mute it no more.
Watch was a present from a girlfriend. Obviously that's a clear lie if we now know that that's his uncle's.
It looks like Scott's stolen off his family to feed his habit.
It was a binocular case which contained some money as well as a possibility that them binoculars and the case were stolen from his mum's. They belonged to someone else, so we're just chasing it up as well. So there's hopefully a couple of charges for theft, I hope. And that's pretty much it. That's where we are.
It's not looking good for Scott. Not that he cares right now. He's been refused his methadone.
He can get sued for that.
The doctor's concerned that as a habitual drug user, he may still have drugs in his system.
Didn't know shit about
That's true.
I've been on it since I was 15 and he thinks I can sleep.
He could have taken drugs just prior to him being arrested. We don't know what those drugs are, and he could overdose and he could die. And that is, they are the implications of
I
those
understand
sort of
that.
addictions.
Unfortunately, the
That's too risque.
doctor's the one that knows.
I feel like killing myself. I feel freezing. I feel sick. If they say no, I'll make sure that I will be hospitalised.
Threats to kill yourself are not taken lightly in the lockup. In cell F1, an inmate brought in on assault charges has been spotted making a noose out of some clothing. The team are quick to react. But he's not playing ball.
Bro, you're brought in on charges of assault. Like, okay, I understand mental health is a thing, but like, you finna get out in 6 hours. Like, what?
They must remove all the clothing that he can use to harm himself.
Everything.
Kill myself naked.
Listen, mate, just stop struggling.
But he's proving far too strong, even for 6 burly officers. It's a race to strap him down before someone gets hurt.
Please, stop.
I can't stop.
He came in with a bit of a history that he was
This one is action filled. This from start to finish. Action.
suicidal, and he has attempted suicide before. I've never had to deal with somebody so strong as that. Within 2 seconds, he is just a Tasmanian devil. And for one split second there were 6 officers in there and myself. I thought, are we really going to be able to restrain this man? So we've had to detain him and strap him up.
Jane can't afford to
And they got him strapped up. Wow, they got him looking like a piece of fish.
remove the straps until this prisoner calms down.
Scott.
And she can't afford to take any chances with Scott either.
I'm going to ask you to move into a camera cell, fellas, alright?
Following his suicidal threats, she's moving him to a camera cell where he can be closely monitored.
You've got your blankets, Scott. He's not having his jacket because he may use his jacket as a ligature, and because he's stated that he might take his life, that's why we've removed the jacket from him.
Yeah, can't do that, man. Scott, you dug your own. This is like, you gotta chill. Get your little blankie.
The nurse is
Safety first.
checking out the strapped up man in cell F1. At the moment, he's still too volatile to be uncuffed.
Why do you want to assault a? Because that's what it does when I come hungry on the morning.
It's just about 10 controlling.
Bro, imagine. And then you got on tighty whities too, like, and now everybody, like, this is, you moving, you can't see her face, but.
Manipulation, and we're not playing. He wants to make all these demands to show that he's the boss, and he's not, he's in control, and unfortunately he's not, it's the police.
That's how you've got to deal with them. You haven't got to let them get the upper hand of you. Once they get the upper hand of you, you've lost it in here, and it's not good. It's not a nice environment to be in at all.
Being a very argumentative mood at the moment. Oh, what an argumentative mood.
There's one rule about doing time. The more you fight it,
Look comfortable?
the harder it becomes.
That's what I be saying. Like, you just gotta let it be done. Like, that's legit what I was talking about. The more you fight that you in there, the harder they gonna make it for you, and the harder mentally it's gonna be as well.
It's something that everyone learns in the lockup, even James Gilby, who's finally run out of spit.
Seems fine, he's laid down now.
Hopefully it's spit.
Appears to be going to sleep. Maybe he's just run out of energy, I don't know, but maybe he's just tired from all the hard work he's just been doing.
I'm a bit worried that he is quiet at the minute. I'd much rather he was shouting, yeah.
It's when they're quiet that you start getting worried.
It's the perfect opportunity for a break.
I'm having a bit of cold, pet. It's like a bloody pressure cooker in here.
You need some time out, don't you, really?
Where the printer is in the in here.
You need some time out, don't you, really?
Where the printer is in the actual in the custody complex. I'll go and get some paperwork from there, and I'll just sit down there, out of the way. Don't I sit? And I just sit. Yeah, I do, and I'm like, okay. I just let me compose myself. Okay, here we go again.
You didn't even put no butter. Was there butter on it? She looked like she eat Marmite though. So Marmite, is it Marmite or Marmite? I like Marmite. It looked like she eat Marmite.
That's it. Let's get my energy levels back up and then go back into the suite.
Like, not a little bit, like a lot.
She'll need that energy. There's yet another crisis to handle.
Is the nurse there?
It's Scott.
Scott, I understand the withdrawals are real. This is a serious thing.
And he's prostrate on
I can't even really say nothing.
the floor in his cell.
Scott, what have you done?
He said he's fallen off this wall here.
Look, this is the nurse. Todd.
Well, you knew you weren't going to be able to sit on there. It's sloping.
We'll check the video anyways.
I'm hoping that he's feigning an injury because he's being kept in custody. He's alleged that he's tried to sit on the toilet wall for some unapparent reason. Not sit on the toilet, but sit on the wall of the toilet. And he's fallen off and he's hit his head and hurt his elbow.
There's no redness, there's no swelling. He's got no neck pain, he's got no back pain. Obviously wasn't knocked out.
This is him going backwards, right? This is it.
There's no fooling the custody staff.
Hilarious.
What is Scott on? Like, Scott, you're straddling a toilet wall. Like, what's going on? You know, like, if to sit on that, do you know where the wall is located? It's touching your gooch. It might be in your cheek.
I think that is quite sad that he is so desperately wanting to get out of custody and go to hospital that he's actually resorting to injuring himself.
He looked defeated. W cinematography.
At least the angry man in cell F1 has calmed down. They've removed the straps, but kept him on cell watch until he's ready for release.
You've got to appreciate, man, you kicked off, which is why it's secured. And because you can go like that any time, which is why the cuffs have to stay on for the time being.
You want to just go up to the counter?
Scott's moment of reckoning has arrived. Detective Collier has concluded his investigations.
OK, right, Scott.
Scott finna get right on out, and you know what I'm saying?
The decision's been made by the Crown Prosecution Service that you're going to get charged with the following 3 offences. So if you listen to what the officer has to say, he'll read those offences to you.
First charge,
For 2 counts of theft and possession of a knife, Scott could be looking at up to 6 months in prison.
watch, mobile telephone, mountain light, portable fridge, bank card and cash.
My comment to that is bollocks, pardon my French.
So your reply is bollocks.
And pardon my French.
OK.
But will Jane give him bail?
The officers have been to 3 independent...
She said your reply is bollocks. She not having nothing.
...addresses. Unfortunately, those people at those addresses are saying that they don't want you to stay there. So you are now of no fixed abode. So therefore, you'll be kept in custody and be going to Hull Magistrates Court on Monday morning.
Can I speak to my mum?
You can't, because she is a witness to one of the offences for which you've been charged.
How do you feel, Scott? Your mom, that's tough. You done pushed her that far?
Do you want a drink, Pearl?
Your ways have pushed her that far. That gotta hit different.
Without an address to go to, Scott could just disappear if he's released.
I'm getting a broom.
You know that hurt? I know that hurt.
He'll be off to court first thing in the morning. But Jane's getting out of jail early for good behaviour.
By God, I'm ready to go home. Night, all.
See you now.
Y'all have a good night. Y'all have done excellent tonight.
For his starring role in Priory Nick and a breach of ASBO, Carl Cowop was awarded an £85 fine and 100 hours community service.
No time, yeah.
Jane's Tasmanian devil calmed down enough for the cuffs to come off. For battery, he too was fined £85 and given 120 hours community service.
When was this filmed, y'all?
Scott pleaded guilty to theft and possession of a knife. He was sent down for 20 weeks. Motormouth James Gilby never calmed down.
You didn't give me the opportunity to provide a sample of machine, so you just let me.
For failing to provide a breath sample, he was fined £100
I ain't agreeing to it.
31st of August 2000.
and disqualified from driving for 2 years. It's going to be a long walk home.
Honestly, it's better than the DUI charge. You know what I'm saying?
At least you've got to be a type of a breed.
In Chicago, DUI minimum is a $10,000 thing.
For young
Dang.
Next time, there's a head...
Nope, no next time. TLO, leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. I'm going.